Today, let's dive into the fascinating situation with astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, who were unexpectedly extending their stay on the International Space Station, or ISS. What was meant to be an 8-day mission has turned into a much longer adventure due to problems with their return capsule, Boeing's Starliner. They might be up there until early 2025. Let's break down what's going on, the health challenges they're facing, and what's being done to get them home.
So I have a feeling, I have a real good feeling in my heart that the spacecraft will bring us home, no problem.
Why are they still in space? So, what's keeping Sunita and Butch on the ISS? The main issue is their return capsule, the Starliner. Shortly after launch, it developed a helium leak. Helium is essential for keeping the fuel tanks pressurized and for the spacecraft's thrusters to function. Initially, the leak seemed manageable, but as the Starliner approached the ISS, more problems with the thrusters appeared, complicating repairs.
Fixing these issues isn't straightforward. Engineers on Earth are working around the clock, sending updates and instructions to the capsule remotely and analyzing the data. Some repairs might be done by the astronauts using tools and spare parts on the ISS, but due to the complex systems, not all fixes can be handled in space. What if the Starliner can't be fixed in time? NASA has a backup plan. They might use SpaceX's Dragon capsule, which is already at the ISS, to bring Sunita and Butch back to Earth. This would involve adjusting the crew schedule to ensure a safe return for everyone. For future missions, NASA plans to use both Boeing and SpaceX to avoid similar issues and is continuing to test and improve the Starliner for future trips. Let's talk about health. In microgravity, there's very little gravity compared to Earth, causing everything to float. This lack of gravity affects the body in several ways.
One challenge astronauts face is spaceflight-associated neuroocular syndrome, or SANS. Fluids shift towards the head in microgravity, increasing pressure inside the skull and affecting vision. Astronauts have regular eye exams, and NASA is looking into ways to improve the spacecraft environment and develop new treatments for these vision issues. Without gravity, astronauts can lose muscle and bone strength, making them more prone to fractures. To combat this, they use special exercise equipment like the Advanced Resistive Exercise Device, or ARED, and the Combined Operational Load-Bearing External Resistance Treadmill, or COLBERT. They also take calcium and vitamin D supplements. Researchers are exploring artificial gravity and new medications to help with muscle and bone loss.
Space has higher radiation levels than Earth, which could increase the risk of health problems like cancer. The ISS has some radiation protection, but scientists are working on better shielding materials and ways to reduce exposure during high radiation events. They're also looking into medications that might protect against radiation damage.
The lack of gravity can also impact heart health, and long-term isolation can affect mental well-being. Astronauts follow exercise routines and have regular checkups to keep their hearts healthy. For mental health, they have access to counseling and can talk to family and mental health professionals. Researchers are developing better support systems to manage stress and keep astronauts mentally healthy. How do astronauts manage food and waste? They rely on pre-packaged meals like freeze-dried and dehydrated foods designed for long shelf life and balanced nutrition. Regular cargo spacecraft deliver fresh food and supplies to keep them well-fed even during extended missions. Food is stored in special compartments and prepared with water and convection ovens. The menu includes a variety of fruits, vegetables, meats, grains, and snacks. As for waste, human waste is collected using the Waste and Hygiene Compartment, or WHC, a special space toilet on the ISS. Liquid waste is filtered and reused as water, while solid waste is compacted and stored. This waste, along with organic food scraps, is sent back to Earth in cargo spacecraft, which burn up upon re-entry to the atmosphere. As of now, Boeing is working to fix the Starliner's issues, including improving the propulsion system and addressing the helium leak. Meanwhile, Sunita and Butch are handling their extended space stay remarkably well. What do you think of their situation and how they're coping? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Found his video helpful? If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to Not Just Rich for more great content and hit the bell icon for updates.